About a week ago, I got 2 flat tires at the same time, which was a piece of bad luck. But it happened right in front of a tire store, which was good luck. So I was experiencing mixed emotions as I sat in the waiting room while they put 2 new tires on my car. Now, in the waiting room with me were 2 women seated at opposite ends, both about 50 years old, same complexion, same hairstyle, very similar clothes. In a police lineup, it would have been easy to mistake one for the other. Now, one woman was talking on her phone, getting quite animated about a bad experience that she'd had at a restaurant. Apparently, a server had gotten her order wrong, twice, and she didn't feel that he was being sufficiently apologetic, so she asked to see the manager. And according to her testimony, she'd been composed and reasonable the whole time. But the manager had been of no help. And despite her equanimity, things escalated to a full kerfuffle involving a thrown glass of wine and a broken pair of very expensive sunglasses. Despite it all, they were not going to fire the server, so she intended to write a scathing Yelp review and post flyers near the restaurant, warning people not to eat there. Now, about 30 seconds after she hung up the phone, the other woman lowered her book and she turned to me and she said, "I was in a restaurant yesterday having coffee and I saw the most delightful thing. I was looking out the front window and a young woman who was walking a very big dog spotted an elderly man at the crosswalk who was a little hesitant about crossing the street. And so she took his hand and she helped him to the other side while the dog patrolled in front of the cars to make sure they didn't move. And then, after they'd all reached the other side, the young woman and the man spoke for a moment, and then they just kept walking, still holding hands. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, it is.